Thank you very much. I'm Senator Graham from South Carolina, here with a bipartisan group of United States senators to make a clear statement in uncertain times. What Turkey did in Syria is unacceptable. Turkey's incursion into Syria hurts America's national security. It puts at risk our Kurdish allies who were there for us when nobody else was on the ground. And the Syrian Democratic Forces were the ground troops to destroy the caliphate. About 2,700 Americans, God bless them all, but the infantry for the assault on Raqqa and destroying the caliphate in Syria were the Syrian Democratic Forces, and we believe that Erdogan's decision to go into Syria puts our allies at risk. We believe that the rise of ISIS is imminent if this continues. We appreciate what the President did with sanctions against Turkey. We're here to add to it, to supplement what the President did, and let Turkey know there are three branches of government. I doubt if the court can do much, but Congress is going to speak with a very firm, singular voice that we will impose sanctions in the strongest measure possible against this Turkish outrage that will lead to the reemergence of ISIS, the destruction of an ally, the Kurds, and eventually benefit to Iran at the detriment of Israel. I will briefly go over what's in the bill, but I would like to make a statement that the House passed yesterday a resolution urging the President to change course inside of Syria, 354 to 60. I believe that same resolution, if brought to the floor of the United States Senate, would get over 80 votes, and I'm urging Senator McConnell and Senator Schumer to find a way to do that, because people are literally dying as we speak, and we want the President to be successful. Secretary Pompeo and Vice President Pence are meeting with Turkey as I speak. I called this morning to Jeffries, our envoy regarding Syria, to tell him that we would be here at 12:30 East Coast time and let Turkey know that the sanctions by the administration are just the first step in what I think will be a crippling journey. And the way you end this is for Turkey to withdraw to the areas before the invasion, for them to stop operations against our Kurdish allies, and to reset the table. And what we're doing here is we're sanctioning top Turkish officials beyond what the administration did, restricting visa access to the country, asking a deep dive into Erdogan's personal finances. We're issuing sanctions against the Turkish armed forces, and I find it outrageous that F-16s designed by the United States are being used to bomb a good ally. We're going to sanction the Halk Bank, which was involved in some very nefarious activity trying to get around Iranian sanctions. We're considering the purchase of the S-400, the Russian missile system, to be a significant event, mandating CATSA sanctions to be imposed within 30 days, prohibit U.S. military assistance, prohibit any U.S. person from purchasing sovereign debt from the government of Turkey. These are wide-ranging and hard-hitting, and I will turn it over to Senator Van Hollen with one last thought. The Turkish-U.S. relationship is worth salvaging. It cannot be salvaged until Erdogan changes course. They're a NATO ally, and I find it incredible that a NATO ally is going to be attacking the ground component most significantly responsible for the destruction of ISIS. So to the average American, what does this matter to you? I think it matters a lot that ISIS cannot reemerge. The caliphate's destroyed, but they're alive and well in terms of a ground component, 15 to 20,000 fighters. And without the Kurds, they're going to come back. And if we abandon the Kurds, good luck to get anybody to help you in the future. Israel. The nightmare for Israel is for Iran to be the biggest winner of the vacuum we've created by withdrawing from Syria. If they come down and take the oil in Syria, they get richer, and Israel gets surrounded even more strongly than they are today by Iran. So at the end of the day, this is about Israel. It's about ISIS. It is about Iran. And aligning with Assad is not a good outcome for the United States. If the Kurds are forced to align with Assad, they're aligning with Iran. And I cannot think of a worse outcome for U.S. national security interest to abandon the Kurdish forces who helped us, force them into the arms of the Iranians at the expense of American national security and prestige, and to ensure the rise of ISIS. Our Kurdish friends cannot do it all. And for a few hundred troops, we can fix this problem. We need to reset, get Turkey to stand down. These sanctions, I think, will receive a large bipartisan vote, and they're going to stay in place until Turkey changes its behavior. Senator Van Hollen.